Thank you guys for being on tonight's Thursday night trading call. I'm going to go ahead and recap Tuesday's call. I went over GU, Euro USD, AUD USD, and UJ. The times that I traded those pairs were at 5 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, and that actually played out at that time. So I'm going to go ahead and actually open up the chart to actually show you guys what played out that day. And I also want to thank you guys for being on the call, since you guys did take the time to be on the call today. You guys could have been doing anything else, but you guys decided to learn a little bit tonight, and you guys decided to see how it is that we chart up at MindsetUT. I appreciate you guys for your time, and always feel free to share this video if you guys found it to be worth your time and valuable. I usually do this from where I am. It doesn't matter where it is that I am in the world, but I usually do a call every Tuesday, every Thursday. I know that here in the next few months we're going to be moving around and just traveling to different places, because this is amazing, and I would love sharing this concept with just different people. And I love just introducing the opportunity to just mark up some charts and be able to make money. It's pretty cool. It's really cool. I actually wanted to start off with this pair because I stumbled across this pair as I was getting on the call here, and I was like, oh my God, this is a perfect example of just waiting for your markup to play. I had marked EuroCAD up, I want to say maybe in March when I was in LA, and I had marked up the actual symmetrical triangle. That's what you guys see up there. You guys see the three little dots. So those are the areas where it tested to break that trend line. As you guys saw, or as you guys can see, I should say, right here. That's where it actually made its move to correct, going back upward. Like a lot of what I do too is not so much news related. I just use the news as like a confirmation of something that may happen, because a lot of it is happen algorithmically. So a lot of this stuff you could just catch through the patterns. Like right now, you see that this pair is falling. So what we want to do is mark it somewhat like, let me see, you would mark it up from like this wick right here to like somewhere like right here. And again, I go a little bit more in depth into this stuff. I'm going to go ahead and spend maybe a few minutes just doing this. That way you guys can see how like I trap that area. And then obviously on the one-on-ones, I'll go over it a little bit more, and then I'll explain it a little bit more. But right now, since I'm trying to find this trade with you guys, because I found it because I had marked it, and I'm like, oh my God, it's coming down. This is a perfect trade to take right now. So you can either go here, or just go like right here, just to keep everything out of the way. And then you're going to mark something like a horizontal ray just to see where it's going to end up. I want to say it's going to end up somewhere around here. So I want to say maybe 500. That'd be the coordinate area. So 55, 500. This is a really good pair from what it looked like. From what it looks like it's selling pretty nicely to come to this area. And then I would find my next area of support, which would be somewhere in this area. So actually I would just move the yellow line that I have right here, somewhere down here. That would be where I would start looking for a buy. That'd be my ideal area, because I do see this pair coming down. To stay out of the way of the lines that I just marked, I do something like this, just to follow the trend, just start a little trend line. So once it rips through the trend line, well, then it's going to go back upward, obviously. But that's just to put it into perspective here pretty quickly. Obviously, like I said, I go a little bit more in depth into this stuff. We do one-on-one coaching sessions. I can help you one-on-one find your entry and things like that. But this is something that I wanted you guys to take a look at, is EuroCAD. For the people that are a little bit more advanced, take a look at EuroCAD. That's a new pair for us. So if you guys like it, go ahead and take it. But going back to, let's see, AUD USD. That was the pair that I was going to share with you guys today. And then UCAD, we've been looking at UCAD. AJ's kind of like in a bad area. I don't like it. Anytime you guys do your charting, guys, make sure you guys also write some notes. That way you guys find everything cleaner. You know what I'm saying? Because you guys go through different charts. If you guys are doing this full time, or even if you guys are doing this part time, you want to find your money as accurately as possible. So obviously, I wrote this earlier, and I myself, I entered the trade at, what was it? I think it was at 70. It was at 71.90. And I realized now at this point, as I get on the call with you guys, it's at 72.072. So it went back up. What I see it doing is testing that blue area that I had circled for you guys tonight, and then going downward. So somewhere in that area, since it gave us a nice strong indication right here, what I see it doing right here is selling off somewhere in that area. Just because of the weekend, and it's already Friday in Australia. So I see it, coming down, because going into Friday here, which would be here in an hour for us here in Denver, it's going to be basically Saturday over there. So that's when I see it coming downward, and then maybe possibly next week, if it's strong enough and if enough news plays out, you can see a possible continuation. Because a lot of people have been looking for the bearish run on AUD, but I myself found an inverse head and shoulders right here that drove the pair up. And to me right now, still it's in that opportunity zone to where it's going to continue going up. And if I do see it rejecting, like I shared with you guys about a pair the other day that actually rejected right at the arrow, actually, we were talking about this on Tuesday. It literally rejected on that arrow. I said, guys, if it doesn't go above that and test above that, don't take it for the buy. Take it for the sell. And it literally sold off right off that area. But now you can see it doing the same thing right where it's at now that it did previously to that. So what I mean by that is, I'm going to circle it for you guys, is this area right here is starting to form here as well. So that's the potential that you see as it climbs out of that area to support somewhere in that area or reject. So you can see that possibility probably playing out either tonight or possibly Sunday, because a lot of these pairs, they're waiting also on the policy from the U.S. to shift, because they're going to shift certain things in the monetary policy, and they're going to probably just make some adjustments to the interest rate. That's what I was looking at. That's something that I was looking at here as I was looking at the Federal Reserve article here that I found through just scrolling through articles. Honestly, I spent some time looking at articles. I was looking at the FOMC minutes show Feds continues to discuss the policy reviews. So what they're waiting for is the reviews to actually make the wave corrections, or I should say to make the correction so that it starts the new waves. Right now, what it's doing, it's playing the volume that the market has. So just be aware of the moves. Don't leave your trade in longer than you need to. Pull out of it. Right now, not a lot of trades are trending, as you guys can see, but you can still trade them. Don't be afraid of the market. Obviously, just leverage properly. Have your margins. Be watching your market. So if you're trading for 2 hours, watch your trade for 2 hours. Pull out of your trade, because you can go in and out once you start getting experienced with your entries, which is what I want to go over with the people that are a little bit more advanced in Mindset University. I want you guys to get with me. That way we can work on the entries to where we can just go in and out. That way we can trade the pair longer and we can make profits quicker. I don't know if you guys are already kind of at that point. If you guys are, and you guys have any questions, let me know. That way I can answer the questions with a follow-up video, or just message you guys personally. That way I can get a little bit more information across. That way I can get the right thing out, and you can get your trading a little bit better than what we have it, because we could all get better at trading and at everything that we do in life, which is something that's amazing about this this profession, that you can just get better at what you do. And it's amazing to just be able to be a part of something so great that it's open to everybody. We just have to have the right coach, the right individual that wants to make the time to share articles like these with you guys. That way you guys can take the trades. So retail trade Australia. So anything about Australia, what I can do also is go to the market. So if you guys are looking at this right now, I'm always going to go look at the market. So check out the pairs, so it's usually featured. I'm going to go ahead and click the pair. What's really cool about Forex Factory, it tells you what session is playing right now. So it's playing the Sydney and Tokyo session currently. Bless you, son. And it has all the folders right at the bottom where you can, check out what it's done and what it's doing. So right now it's the 20th, right? So right now it played the red folder right here. So that's literally what we were just taking a look at. Okay. So that's what I was sharing with you guys right now, that it's waiting for the policy review. So possibly next week, somewhere around maybe Wednesday or Tuesday, you can see the move actually playing out the way you need it to. But as far as AUD USD, I don't see it moving much. So what I want to do is go ahead and take a look at Euro USD, because that one is going to move tonight from what it looks like. All the red folders it has coming out. So this one in itself, I want to just keep it simple for you guys. I've marked it here and I put it in the group. So if you guys check out the group, you guys can just follow the markups there as well, which is pretty cool. And then the signals are on our Forex Telegram group. Anytime I see a good signal, I'll send it over to you guys. So right now we're looking for the position for the sell. This looks to me like a sell. Looks like it's weakening as it's getting back to that top channel. Going back to our calendar, I see Euro USD moving. So depending on what happens here in the next, I want to say, like I said, hour, we'll take a look at that volume. So I'll send that chart in the group in about an hour. As far as right now, the pairs that are trading really well are, like I was sharing with you guys, AUD USD, Euro USD, GBP USD is trading really well. Another pair I wanted to cover. This one we're just kind of waiting on, because I see it maybe stopping in that area right there, just because that's like a little price zone cap area. What it looks like, I'm just gonna color that maybe like a red color, or maybe, let me see, we'll just do something to keep it out of the way. That way we keep it out of the way of the chart and you guys can see it. So that's gonna be the area to where it looks like it's gonna sell off from. I'm gonna go ahead and pull out of the chart. I usually look at everything on the 4-hour once it's marked up, guys. And again, these calls are more for you guys to take the trade setups. I usually have them set up to where if it's trading under, so you'll see the notes on the charts, and I wanted to illustrate this. Currently trading under 1900. So it's showing weakness of going back down to 1700. It actually didn't make the full pump up, which is why I'm saying that. And it looks like the bears are looking to drive it down to where the strong support areas are at 1700 and at 1600. So that's where the Gartley pattern started, and that's what you see a XDAC Gartley pattern. That's what you're seeing right there, and that actually drove the market upward. So right now we're looking at a correction going back upward, but we're going to see what happens tonight with the news that comes out in the market. So we'll take a look at that tonight here in about an hour or so, because they do have about 3 folders coming out for that pair. They do look like they're going to move the market, because it's the PMI folders, and they're red. Those are really, volatile days usually when the folders are red. So that's something to look at. What I'm going to do for you guys right now, before I get into the next pair, is break it down to the 2-hour, or to the 1-hour, I should say, to see what it's trading like right now in the hour. That way you guys can see if it's gained any volume. I see it supporting and just kind of hanging until the news maybe plays out, and then redirecting there. That's why, as you guys can see right there, the MACDs are coming closer together because it's waiting to do its move. Right now is like not a good time to get into the market for this particular pair, just for the reason that the folder comes out in about an hour. So you would want to wait for that folder to come out and then go after your trade, because it might reject or it might just support because of the news that comes out. So I might just push it up, because I've seen some pretty strong wicks to the upside when the trade starts moving because of the news. So that's Euro USD for us right now. You can always bring that down to the 5-minute. That's usually where I watch it once the trade's actually marked up and ready to be where it needs to be for me. So right now, as you guys can see, it's already right where it needs to be for me. I see it, like I said, trading under because it's forming the bigger pink candles. But we're gonna wait to see what the news plays out. Let this wave continue. Right now, I see it coming down pretty heavy because the candles are pretty strong. The pink candles coming down, like I said, but we'll see what happens because they do have the news coming out. So they may be trying to trap people into the market in this current point in time. One thing I wanted to share with you guys was also UCAD. UCAD has been trading. Let's see, exactly how we wanted it to trade. Me and CJ have been watching this pair pretty well. It's trading for the sell right now currently. I wanna buy it when it gets to the black circle. So right around 1.29600, which is a psychological area. Psychological meaning it's a point of supply and demand where the trade builds the volume to either go up or down. What I see it doing is coming down. As you guys could see it right now, it's coming down pretty smoothly. It did its little buying. It did its little buying phase right in this area. So I did it for about maybe 12 hours, 16 hours. And that's something that you guys can keep in mind because you guys can catch the short sells before it sells, or the short buys, I should say, before it sells off. And that's when you start really getting into what I was going to get into is trading about 10,000 trades. Get really good in the markets. Really look at the market, really understand what you're seeing because this is like a book. So the more you get on these calls, the more you're going to be able to understand what it is that you need to be doing for yourself and for your trading, which I appreciate the people that are on this call, and I appreciate all the people that are going to watch this on the replay. So yeah, make sure that you take about 10,000 trades through your career. So document those trades, or I don't know if you guys have Trader's Way. Trader's Way usually sends you the trades that you do back, even if you're on the demo. But the live account, it's really nice to also, get those trades because you can also see how many you've done in a month, how good you're getting, how many losses you're having, what's your drawdown, where does it you can get better. Because I usually know, when I put 1 cent in, if I'm down 30 cents, I didn't catch the move right. And I don't like it. I don't take the trade. Because usually trades swing a little bit, and then you can take the buy again, or you can take the sell, whatever it's doing at that point in time. What a lot of people get confused on is, why don't you just give me one option? Because the market can play two different scenarios, always, or it can consolidate. So I can't just tell you it's a buy or a sell. I got to let you know what it might do at certain areas. Like right now, this trade, like right now that we're looking at, USD CAD might shoot up because that's one of the areas where I said if it doesn't go down lower, that's a buying area, so it can go back upward. So that's something to look at because it already did it previous to that. I want to say maybe 2 days ago. 2 days ago, it did that. And that's something that's where the bulls are showing up. So that's where you can see the notes that maybe you need to fill in, if you've been, charting this up with us, because I know CJ's going to watch this on the replay when he gets off of work. So look at the articles that support your trade setups always. Go to Forex Factory, look at those articles that support your trade setups. UCAD looks like it's going to trade smoothly because they don't have any red folders or anything like that. Read and bring something always to the calls. Bring questions when you do the one-on-ones. Read something from Everything FX. That's our academy that, we mirror the information and we have you study through that information. And what we do is we coach you and we help you put this information together in practical application, because a lot of what traders do is they'll try to do this on their own. They won't get on a call like this. They won't get it expressed. They won't see what a person like myself does before they get in a trade, or, before they look at a setup even, or how their mindset is, or just the smallest thing that, may be off in the trading. Because I've heard a lot of stories, to where people have been obsessed with trading and they haven't been able to find the balance. So things like that, play out in traders' life, believe it or not. So if you're that person that, is taking this to the next level, but don't actually know how to balance your life, let me know as well, because I'd like to, map something out for you to where maybe you're taking 1 or 2 trades a week, and you're not doing too much in the markets, because sometimes we're overthinking things in the market. Just let it play out. Watch your trade setup. See what it's going to do. Have your indicators. I personally like the MACDs. And our group has the book that you can actually read a little bit more on, and it's called The Naked Forex. So what I'm going to read a little bit on is what it talked about. So the naked trader avoids many losing trades by waiting for price action signal and quickly finds profits. What does that mean? Okay, so that means I wait for my signal. Okay, I'm waiting for my signal. Literally right now, I'm seeing this pair slow down. So I may just take the buy if it shows me a buying signal. That's better than going off of indicators, because indicators usually mean that I'm basing it off of history. History can only bring you so much to the current situation. You can only bring so much out of history into what's happening right now, because you don't know what's going to happen right now. You don't know what's going to happen in the news articles that are going to come out. With the money that's involved in Europe, might just also have an impact on the Canadian dollar. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay, so the naked signals, you're able to find your profits a little faster. You can also use an indicator. Like right now, in the immediate sense, I would wait for the sell because that's what it's showing on my MACDs. However, I prepare for the naked signal no matter what, because this might already be lagging, because that's what it does. And that's what it shows in the book. And I go over this stuff a little bit more in depth when you spend more time with me. Right now, this is a call that I'm going to get through it. Obviously, in the next maybe 10, 15 minutes or so, I'll wrap it up. Hope you guys are enjoying the call. Naked trading strategies enable the trader to enter a trade based on a current market price action and could often avoid serious drawdown. So the whole point is drawdown, right? Because we're trying to leverage higher. That's the point, right? Because it's cool to make $2, right, on 1 cent, but I know that we're trying to make more money than $2. So this is where the information comes in. That's why I'm sharing with you guys. Wait for your trades. Be patient. Understand the trading times. That's why I give you guys notes. Usually good times to trade UCAD are around, I want to say 4 a.m. Mountain Standard Time to about 7 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So about 3 hours is trading really well. Then after that, you have to really, really get into the pair and really watch it. So that's something to keep in mind. Most traders believe that severe drawdowns are a part of trading. This is simply not true. Severe drawdowns are a characteristic of mistimed entries. That's all it is. It's like if I tell you to enter the trade right now, it's not even ready, and then it goes up. That's a mistimed entry. So the faith of the economy right now is tied to the virus. Okay, so that's just so you guys know. A lot of what's happening right now is depending on like what coronavirus and all that stuff. You know how long that's going to take to play out, and you know how it's going to affect the economy. Because right now you're seeing those sharp bearish runs as well as the bull runs. So you're seeing a mixture of both, and that's just because of the virus. You know, so always keep in mind any news that comes out on that. Just to recap everything, you guys can find the news by just clicking news, and then it's going to tell you exactly what news has played out. Like the rise in U.S. jobless claims may be a warning to Congress that the economy needs a stimulus. So that's something that like it's getting like the economy is getting weaker here. And one thing we can look at is gold. When we start seeing the economy, like I was sharing with you guys earlier, gold, and I think I was talking to we were talking to Francisco about the Turkish lira. So that has a lot to do with gold and stuff. So gold, it looks like gold, it's holding in those areas that I circled. So it looks like it came down from that box, sold off a little bit. Now we're looking for support right where it had that arrow. So it looks to be like it's your support area, like your long-term support. You put it next to a floor. So that'd be a floor, and then you'd put it next to a ceiling. That would seal off that area, and that would be your strong support right there to go along with the one that's right underneath there. Because it looks like gold's supporting in levels. Right now it looks like it's forming a nice pattern. So we just want to be patient. Once it climbs, once it climbs up here, the DXY is going to go down a little bit more if it does do this. Because once it climbs up here, it's going to probably climb up here to stay up here for a little bit because of everything that's happened. That'd be like an all-time high too, because of you know, everything that's happening, because like the dollar has a lot of debt. There's a lot of stuff going on with, like, you know, certain jobs not reopening, everything getting closed down, the stimulus packages. So all that stuff weakens the economy. So it's very important for us to keep in mind what articles come out. Like, even if it takes you some time to read this article, take some time out of your day to read it. It's right there in Forex Factory. I forgot to post the last article, and I usually just, you know, go with the next current one, because these articles are like very, like, they're live, you know, so you want to just stay up to date with them. I don't want to send you an old one and then like you do your analysis based on that and it's not even like accurate anymore. So that's why I didn't send that last one any longer. This is what I wanted to mark up for gold. And then for the sell, obviously you would look for the sell underneath somewhere down here. For your selling trend. And then keep in mind it has to come on there and retest under there, because if it just goes on there and it doesn't retest under, then what it's going to do, it could shoot back right back up rather than go straight from that first rather than go straight from this initial that first initial push. So keep in mind it plays a lot of options when you're trading Forex, but you just mark it up and follow your trade. Literally follow your trade. Literally keep track of the time of the trade. Keep track of the time that you're trading your setups. That way you're able to be a little bit more successful in the markets, and you're able to do more with the Forex. And with also Bitcoin, because you can also get into Bitcoin. You can look at Bitcoin the same way you look at, for instance, Forex. This is what I want to share with you guys as well, Bitcoin, because I've been looking at Bitcoin. We're marking up a lot of pairs lately. Focusing on a lot of moves, because there's a lot happening in the markets. I know Bitcoin pushed up above 10,000, so that's a good thing. It looks like it's establishing its position above 10,000. It went all the way up to 12,000. So it has a nice support area right now. As you guys can see, I marked that up right there. There's a higher high, a higher low, and then there's a higher, it's obviously forming higher highs, higher lows, and then not formed a new higher high, as you guys can see right there. And then it looks like it formed a higher low, a new higher low as well, right where the wedge connects with where it's at currently. So I look for this trade to continue going up, and this is BTC USD, so this is Bitcoin. I look for maybe the push above 11,955. I'll see what it does up here, and then if I like what I see, if it's playing what it's currently playing now, it should continue going upward to 12,000 again, or to at least make a stab at 12,100 if it doesn't go all the way up to the circle that I have circled right there. So I hope that you guys were able to dissect a little bit of these trades. I know that this video is going to go on YouTube, guys, so you guys can always watch this video on the replay and be able to chart up some of the charts that I have marked up today, and these things that I've gone over. Just replay that stuff. I know that a lot of that stuff is it's starting to become very practical for me, so I'm starting to become very relaxed and conversational with the trading, because it's just very simple. I'm gonna go ahead and answer some of the questions. If you guys have any at this point, I appreciate you guys for watching, and thank you guys again for following us and for doing what you guys do, because we appreciate you guys staying committed to your goals, because at any point in time, guys, like my mentors always say, you can experience a breakthrough in your trading. Just stick with it, guys. Don't quit. A lot of people, what they do is they go find 5-6 different jobs, or they go find different opportunities when it's all right here, guys. Just leverage it a little higher. Trust your leverage, trust your trading, be patient, do your personal development, intentionally live every single day, and God will help you with everything that you need help with. This all comes together if you allow God to work in your life, like I have, and many of the people that, you know, are also a part of this team and are growing with us. So we appreciate you guys all so much. Brendan and I should be getting together with every single one of you guys next week on Tuesday. He should be coming back from his Money Expo. So he went to a Money Expo. So I'm pretty excited to see what he has to, share with us from what he's learned. So I'm excited for you for next week, and I thank you guys for also taking the time to be here with us this week, to continue building this brand and to continue building this trading and just sharing with people the opportunity that we have here, that is legitimate, that it's an opportunity to where you can grow your money slowly, fast, however it is you want to grow it. So thank you guys again for watching. God bless you guys. And thank you guys for making the time tonight to watch the setups. And like I said, I'm going to post these setups if I like them on Telegram tonight. If not, I'm just going to post charts on the Plan Pit Profit group, guys. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. If you don't already follow us on YouTube, appreciate you guys for your time. Like, share this video. Appreciate you guys. God bless you guys. Love you, bro.